Welcome to Sovereign Hills Gold Pour Room. My name's Matt and I'll be pouring the gold for you today. Today you'll get to see 3 kilograms of 99.99% pure liquid gold. While that gold is heating up inside the furnace, what I'd like to do is explain to you what my job is. So I'm a blacksmith and it's my job to purify the gold that they find inside quartz. So I'm working for a quartz mine company just like the one you see next door. And what they are doing is digging down up to 3,500 feet. So around about a kilometre straight down to find quartz. Once they find some quartz, they'll blast it out of the earth, take it to the surface. The next step is to get the gold out of the quartz. Gold inside quartz is very minute. It's very rare to find chunks of it inside quartz. So to get the tiny particles of gold out, what you have to do is crush it up. So we send the quartz next door to the battery house, which you'll hear throughout the day. Pop in and have a look. What's happening next door is large metal hammers are crushing the quartz into a fine sand, just like this sand here. That sand is then mixed with water and washed across tables. And inside those tables, there are some devices containing mercury. Gold and mercury are chemically attracted to each other. So when they touch, they bond together, similar to the way magnets do. So the gold will wash across the table, hit the mercury, and they'll stick together, and the quartz then will wash away. They will then scrape up the gold and the mercury, separate the two, give me the gold, and it's my job to purify it. Now to do this, what I'm going to do is smelt it, which is really just melting it. So I'll first place the gold inside one of these. This is called a crucible. It's made out of clay and graphite, and it can withstand temperatures of up to 2,000 degrees. Because it is made of clay and graphite, it's fairly brittle, similar to an eggshell. If you bump it or knock it too hard, it will break very easily. So you do have to be extremely careful. So the gold's in there. The next step is to pour in a powdered flux. I'll then heat the gold up to temperature inside the furnace. And what will happen is the impurities from inside the gold will melt fairly quickly and float to the surface. The powdered flux that I've poured in will grab onto those impurities and they'll form a crust on top of the gold. Then when I pour out the gold, the impurities will float from the top to the back and create a black ring just inside the crucible there. And that's where the impurities get to. Gold melts at a temperature of 1063 degrees Celsius. However, it does become a solid very quickly. So today, I'm taking it to 1200 degrees. And that's to give me plenty of time to get the gold out of the furnace and into this mould before it becomes a solid. If you have a camera, and you'd like to take some photos, now's the time to get it ready. Because I'm working with such high temperatures, I have some safety equipment on. On my feet, I have leather spats, and that's to stop any gold from going into my shoe. If any gold falls out of the crucible, by the time it hits me in the foot, it will have become a solid and it'll bounce straight off. A leather apron to protect my legs, and a flannel shirt to protect me from the heat. I'm also told that if any gold does come in contact with my body, the gold will go in and come out the other side. So it does make this job fairly dangerous, and most of this clothing pretty much useless. The gold's not too far away. If you can all stay seated or where you are while the gold's being poured. It takes around about 10 minutes in this day and age to melt down a piece of gold this size until it's ready to be poured. In the 1850s, it would have taken about 2 to 3 hours. They had a couple of boys on some bellows pumping for that time to get the gold up to temperature. So there it is. Normally, you would see a black ring inside the crucible from where the impurities from inside the gold have got to. However, we have been pouring this same piece of gold for around about 14 years. So you don't get to see the impurities. So if you have a look inside there, you can see the gold. Now there's no impurities inside there. What an impurity is something that's foreign to the gold. It can be silver and other metals. My job as a blacksmith is to simply get them out. There it is. So it is solid. Now cooling down to around about 900 degrees. Extremely hot, as you can see. It's just the heat coming out of the gold, which is setting this piece of wood on fire. If you were to pick up this piece of gold right now, it would slice straight through your hand, just from the heat and the weight of the gold. So gold does lose heat very quickly, but in saying that, if I was to cool this down in the open air, it would still take around about 2 hours before you can safely pick it up. So I'll place it in some water and speed it up a bit. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen, you can now sell it to the bank. What you're looking at here is 100 troy ounces, which is 3 kilograms of 99.99% pure gold. Today, this piece of gold is worth 137,000 Australian dollars. So it's not my gold, and I'm not allowed to let anyone touch it. However, I am feeling generous today. Is there anyone in the crowd that would like to have a hole of $137,000 in gold? What about you there, little man? Come down, watch your step. Grab the hold of that one. You got it? Hey, don't back away, stay here. What do you think of that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Stay there, John.
Take a picture of it. Don't move. So what do you think? Speechless?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is very heavy, 3 kilograms. It's as heavy as one of the solid bricks in the floor. I'm going to need it back eventually, mate. Got back? Okay, thank you very much. Okay. I'll now place the gold inside this safe. You can have a closer look on your way out. We'll also open up these doors, you can exit through there. Thanks guys, enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah.
There was something.